Hello, hello. I'm live. Hi, everybody. How's your week going? It is Tuesday. So last year in 2022, this was Tuesday, 2 22 22. Well, this year it's 2 22 23. So it's Tuesday, but not really. And it's Wednesday, so that doesn't work either. Last year was kind of fun. It happened to be on a Tuesday, and it was all but twos, and my daughters celebrated it. It was really fun. So, as I was typing it up today, I go, "Oh, this is kind of fun. Cool." Numbers. I love numbers. Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about Outschool and a tiny bit about VIP Kid and how it's changed. Let's do the VIP Kid first because it's really short. Okay. So VIP Kid is now called VIP Teacher. So let's look at this real quick. I think I'm going to make this smaller for you. This might help. If I do this and I bring it over like this, there we go. Gets rid of some of that extra white space. It makes it a little bit easier to read, but also read too. Okay. It says here, dear teacher, this is a notice about an upcoming change to your login page that will take effect in 2 weeks. This is VIP teacher on your own terms. Beginning on March 1st, the VIP Kid portal login page will redirect to a new URL under VIP teacher. What does this mean for you? A redirect means that if you type the URL vipkid.com/login or have it bookmarked, the site will automatically send you to teach.vipteacher.com/login. Okay, so you might want to bookmark that new website, one that has VIP teacher. But it's important that you know your login information. Any password or login information you have saved in your browser for VIPkid.com will not carry over to the new page. To avoid frustration, please write down your login information and test it on the new site. But you need to test it before March 1st, 2023. It says before the redirect occurs, please make sure you can log in here to teach.vipteacher.com/login. If you're able to log in, you will not have any issues once the URL change takes place. If you have login issues, please reset your password. If you still cannot log in, you can submit a ticket and get support with a password change before the URL redirects takes place. So my suggestion, if you want to keep active on VIP Teacher, go to the VIP Kid website, try to log in. If you can't, say forget password there, like today, okay? And then reset it to something that you know, or remember that, write down somewhere. Try to log into the new website and have it save on the new URL, okay? That way you have it there. That's pretty much the big thing for VIP Teacher. Is anybody teaching for VIP Kid still or VIP Teacher? I'd love to know. I've been taking a break from it for about a year now. I really don't teach with them anymore, but I know some people have been getting consistent bookings again. So that's cool that it's out there and it's still plugging away and it's trying to kind of get back into the um, teaching world stuff. Okay, so we'll get back to that in a second. Let's say hi to our friends. Hello, Teacher Casey. Good morning. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. If anybody else pops in, they can say hi as well or say hi in the comments below. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions about any type of ESL teaching or online teaching, I'm here to help you guys out. Okay. Let's see what she says. I have not had any classes with VIP Kit and have not opened in a while. I know me neither. Technically, I think I still have a contract with them. I tried to open up a couple weeks back in August or September, right after my son was born, and I was getting back into teaching. I thought, oh, I'll open some short notice. I'll open it for a full week. I'm not getting much bookings with any of my ESL companies, so I'll just start opening some up, and I got nothing for like 2 weeks, and it's not worth it. I know I'm kind of easing into it, just having given birth. I can do like a class a day. So I'll try to do like, a 3 hour chunk per day and hope that I get one class. No, crickets, crickets. Uh, like any job, if you really, really want to get consistent bookings, you need to open up at least 3 weeks in a row in advance so they can see your availability and open like a bunch of times every day. but still it's hit or miss. You're not going to get a consistent booking really with any company for a while. So you have to take that risk of having months of no bookings or trying to balance with another company, which is really challenging to do. Hello, Kathy. Welcome. Thanks for coming by. So let's talk about classes. What are you guys teaching right now, and where are you teaching? Are you teaching on VIP Kid? Are you teaching on another ESL platform? Are you teaching with Outschool or KidPass or All School or anywhere else? Where are you teaching? Um, Kathy, this is for everybody too, I'm sure. You should Facebook message me, or we could about teaching ESL and Outschool. I think you could be very successful, and curriculum is not that expensive. We're going to talk about that today. Talking about how to teach ESL on Outschool, and I might dive into it a little bit. It's scary. It's scary to not have curriculum to use like we always had with VIP Kid, Go Kid, those kinds of things. We had pre-made curriculum. So it's kind of scary to plan that for yourself, but there are sources out there, which is really cool. So Kathy, if you want to post a few links in the description box or the chat box, you can share with our friends here too. And maybe it's worth the investment to buy a set and then use it. But we are talking about that today. So today's topic is on um, up-to-date trends. Okay, let me just throw this up here. Okay, so this is the February trends. It has a little 4-minute video. We're not going to watch the video, but I am going to click on the video transcript so we can see what it's talking about. And I'm going to go all the way to the bottom to the concluding sentence. I did watch this, by the way, and so you can watch this too. It's on the email that was sent out a couple days ago. So the 3 things that you need to focus on right now, and I did scroll by. If you want to look at the transcript, you can. But your action items, here it is. Your action items for this week are: 1, if you teach one-on-one classes, or you could teach one-on-one classes, list more sections to prepare for increased demand for upcoming marketing campaign. They're going to be marketing one-on-one classes really soon, like in March. So we should get on that and open some sections up, but also be able to open sections on demand. But it is nice to have sections already ready to go. 2, start listing summer camps now that focus on maintaining progress towards academic goals with a unique and fun summer twist. So what they're saying here is that parents are wanting to have classes to prevent that summer slide. When you know they're not in school anymore and they start like forgetting things. So they want to have academic classes, but with a fun twist like Scooby Doo version or Disney version. Well, careful copyright stuff though, but like make a twist to it, not just we're gonna learn nouns and verbs all summer. So boring. Make it fun. Do Pokemon. Do something. I don't know. Make it with a fun twist. uh, and then number 3 is add CEFR levels to your class listings if you teach English language learning classes. Okay. Now this was a new one for me, the CEFR classes. So let's go over there to see what those are. Okay, here is a CEFR info sheet, understanding how language levels can support learners from around the world. So this is to help people who teach, who are living in a different country. They are familiar with these. So as a teacher, it's good to be familiar with them too. Okay, and I'll get to the comments in just a second. So type in whatever comes to your mind as we read this, and I'll talk about it afterwards. Okay, promise. I'm just going to read this to you because it is kind of important, at least the first page. So what is CEFR? It stands for Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. CEFR is an international standard for describing language ability. It uses a 6-point scale from A1 for beginners up to C2 for those who have mastered a language. Language level is measured across 3 domains: understanding, so reading and listening; speaking, spoken interaction and spoken production; and writing. Why should I care about CEFR levels? Well, because CEFR is widely used by English learners, especially East Asia families. Many families know their learner's level, so adding the level to your class description helps them decide your class is right for their learner. Providing a CEFR level range in your class summary can increase your enrollments. So we need to include the CER levels in your class summary as follows. Now, we got to listen very close to the wording. That's very, very close, okay? So, for example, it says class is appropriate for, parentheses, CEFR A1, A2. Now, this will ensure that classes with matching levels can be picked up in the search. For class learner fit, many families would prefer classes with specific English levels such as appropriate for CEFR A2, B1, rather than CEFR A1, A2, B1, P2. No. They said somewhere else to have no more than 3 levels per class listing. There are 6 levels total, so you can have like a beginners and an advanced. If you say, I teach everybody, they might not exactly know where your strengths are with the little ones, with the advanced ones. So make 2 classes, make or even 3 really. You could do the A's, the B's, and the C's. Okay. So here's a quick chart of what the A's are: beginner, intermediate, advanced. You can make 3 classes. And then the parents can choose which one fits their learner. Because as a parent, I'm going to choose one that I know is going to fit my kid. I'm not going to just guess blindly at it because there's so many teachers out there. Make it, I don't know the word, enticing. I don't know. So the beginners is kind of like the beginning stages. And I'll let you read these later. There's also a chart down here of sideways, you can print it out later. These are the rubric of A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, and broken down the categories of listening, reading, social spoken interaction, spoken production, and writing. See, I have to look sideways. So if you want to figure out, okay, how are you going to adapt your class listing? I would do beginner, intermediate, advanced, um, or whatever you want to teach. If you just want to do beginner, intermediate, do it. If you want to do intermediate, advanced, do it. Just know that, remember, this is aged 18 and under. So advanced, you could have an advanced person who are like 6th grade, 7th grade. Okay. Uh, so that's a really cool resource. And I might even put that, I don't know if I can put that in the description box, but I'll put it here in the chat box in case you guys want to have that drive. Okay. That document. Okay, let's go to the comment section. Dun, 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 dun. Teacher Casey says, right now I'm not teaching much. I've been traveling and my schedule has been crazy. I know, you're going everywhere with family, seeing all kinds of things. Isn't it nice that we as teachers can just like do that? We can say, I want to take a month off of teaching. I'm just going to, not schedule classes for a little bit and I'll come back to it. Yeah, we can do that. But we also know it is a supply and demand. So if you take time off, it can be hard to get back into it. As is my case, I'm having a hard time getting back into teaching during the daytime with a 6-month-old at home. By the way, he's 6 months old now. How is that possible? It feels like yesterday I gave birth to him. And now he's 6 months. But trying to figure out how to coordinate life with a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old at home, when to teach. I'm starting to get back into it, but it's hard going. So yes. Kathy says I pay $12.99 per month for a subscription to the curriculum levels 1 through 6, similar to VIP Kid. Nice. So like $13 a month. That's like the price of Netflix. You can easily get that back with one ESL class. And so if you do 2 classes, you make in profit. So that's not that bad of an investment. That's cool. There are also other free ones out there, I think, and there are some that pay like a year subscription. I don't know. Maybe I should do some research and come back to you guys with some other curriculum choices. Oh, maybe. Okay, Kathy says, I just added these levels to my class descriptions. Ooh, let us know how it goes if you get extra bookings by doing that. Anything you can add as a keyword search for searching will be excellent, okay? Because that's where you're going to get those parents to, type in things to find it. Okay. So, Teacher Kelly, thanks for coming by. Yeah, you can watch from the beginning. We're only 14 minutes into it. Only. I hope not to go too late. Okay. We got lots of highs going on. Awesome. Okay. Good. Excellent. Okay, so let's dive back into the next thing, which is um, how to design successful English language learning classes. Since we're talking about one-on-one classes and ESL classes on Outschool, how do you do that? So here's some ABCs of it. I'm just gonna briefly go into, let me see if I can zoom in on this a little bit for you guys. Wow, there we go. So if you want to read along later, here, like, we zoom in way a lot. Nice. Okay. So just in case you want to read this on your own, I'll get nice and big. You can pause as you go. I'm just going to summarize here and there. Okay. Now, big note right there in the middle, it says you have to make your own curriculum. There's no set curriculum for ESL learners like other companies out there. You have to develop your own material. There are some standards for class listings. There's a link you can go to there. Here's some tips. Number one, update your class title and summary. So use words like EFL, ESL, or TESOL to find the educator, qualified educators. So sometimes you can put that next to your name um, in there so they can search for that. If so, if those terms match your material, make sure to include them in your class title and summary, or your name, or both. Everywhere, everywhere, just put it everywhere. Others may use more general search terms like English lessons, English language practice, conversational English, and more. So, again, it has the Common European Framework of Reference, CEFR levels. This is where I clicked to get that description. So, if you go back here, you can do that. This is mostly for East Asia, but other countries do it too because it's the European framework. So maybe European countries use it too. So they'll search for those levels. Says to provide the best guidance for families, try to add no more than 3 CFR levels per class that you teach. There are 6 levels total, so 3 sounds like a pretty good, dividing line. This tells parents that your class is going to be just the right fit for their learner. Including too many levels may have families wondering if the class content will really be tailored to their learners' English skills. So here's a downloadable chart that I showed you. Number 2, show off your credentials. Do you have any English teaching credentials? Let learner families know. Include any and all relevant certifications or experience in your teacher profile to signal to families that you know your stuff. So whether you majored in English or got a certificate in English or you did a TESOL or TEFL, show that you've done those things. And number 3, out of many, offer conversational courses. We've noticed many English language learners aren't only looking for EFL, ESL instruction, they also search for conversational English classes and the opportunity to practice what they've learned with native speakers. Learn more about best practices for designing a conversational English class. Now, do you think these are one-on-one classes or group classes? Or could they be both? Hmm, they could be both. Because they could, practice one-on-one with you and then later move into a group class, so they have to converse with their their friends. And then you, or the native English speaker, can help fix the grammar if they need to fix the grammar. Mm, I would keep it a small group of like 3 students and you. So keep it kind of small so they can each talk to each other and they're not left out. Or you can do 2 kids to 1 teacher. I don't know. You can try it. Okay, number 4, keep EFL, ESL best practices in mind. Okay, this is things you've all learned from teaching online with like VIPteacher and so forth. So if you've taught ESL before, this is review. If you haven't, these are really, really good things to know so you can work with people from different nationalities and different language barriers. Okay, so here are some things that you can work on. You can model expectations and instructions. So you can explain with your words, but also demonstrate using visual clues to show the learners the goal they're working for. Okay, for example, if you'd like learners to draw a face and label each part, eyes, nose, etc., model each step with both verbal instructions, draw a face, and by showing an example drawing on your screen. Just draw a face, draw eyes, draw a nose, so they can see it and they can go, okay, I know what you're talking about. I can copy that. I can do that. Okay. Also use nonverbal teaching tools. So these are visual aids, sketches, gestures, intonation, expressions, other nonverbal cues that make both language and content more accessible for English learners. And check for understanding. Frequent check-ins with learners to make sure they're following your instruction. Give learners opportunity to ask questions or easily signal if they need something repeated. Empower them to use the chat, emojis, hand gestures, and other nonverbal cues if necessary to communicate. So if they want to use backgrounds or filters or whatever, that's fine. Last thing, if you are a native English speaker and or have a background in language learning, English classes can be a great way to connect with global learners and grow your business on Outschool. Use the tips above to design outstanding courses that continue to inspire our growing Outschool community, reaching learners far and wide. For more insights on connecting with international learners, explore these additional resources. So there's about 5 different articles that you could click on for more into that, if that would help. Okay, let's see what's in the chat box. Okay. Kathy says one-on-one books better for me. This type of year, they want conversation to practice for school entrance interviews. Ooh, that's cool. So yeah, it's a good place to work on that. One versus one. And Kelly says it could be either one. It could be one-on-one. It could be a group class. Yeah, it could be. You could do both. So that's you could have multiple different classes out there. It does become challenging to arrange your schedule for one-on-one, but it's worth it. And then you have to think about what are you going to charge. The going rate I've been observing is about $1 per minute. So if you teach a 25-minute class, it's about $25, $20 to $25. My daughter's struggling with a specific part in her reading. They're going through the school she's at has a different phonics method that I'm used to using. And so I specifically searched for that keyword in our school, and really only one teacher showed up. Thankfully, she was very affordable. So my daughter's having tutoring lessons one-on-one with this teacher who I'd never met before. We usually take classes from other teacher friends, but this is somebody I'd never met before. And she's really doing a really good job with my daughter. And I am really, really, really thankful for her. And I'm glad that she put that word in her keywords to match with the curriculum that she's learning in her school to help grow with that. So let's go. So keywords are important. Um, they're very helpful. Okay, Teacher Casey, I enjoy small groups. Yes, me too. I don't want too big if I want conversational because I want to make sure they all have a chance to talk. My classes are more of science classes, so it's like here I'm going to show you what we're doing, and then what do you observe? What do you notice is happening? We all take turns about what we notice. But there's a lot of times that it is just me talking and explaining things to them, and they're actually doing it. So they can be muted or not muted, and sometimes their houses are just really, really loud, so they stay muted a lot of the time unless I call on them. And then I call on them and there's a big echo or there's lots of background noise. And so we listen for a minute or two and then I got to mute again because this is too loud. So you might encourage them that make sure you take it in a quiet space if possible, if they want to be conversational, because online teaching can have background noises. Parents don't realize that the kid's not muted and they start having a conversation in the next room and it carries over. Yeah, I've been guilty of that as a parent too. Like, shh, she's taking a class and she's not muted. Shh. So we try to put her off into like a back room somewhere so she can just take her own class and just listen at the door. I kind of eavesdrop here and there if I want to, but I let her do her own thing. And some teachers really appreciate that. Just the parents can get in to log them in, make sure technology is working right, and then say bye, and then they leave. And then the teacher can just enjoy with the kid because there are recordings. So as a parent, I can go back and I can look at the recordings if I want to get any idea of how she's doing in class, or I can just listen in at the door and then leave. So she doesn't know I'm there. Okay, so that was the focus on today. Today was all about teaching one-on-one classes and on promoting summer camp classes. That's going to come up pretty soon. Remember to make summer camps kind of academic to help with that summer slide, but also make it in a fun way. Um, and one more fun fact, we have a new addition to our household. And no, it's not another baby. It's a cat. Cat's at my feet. I'm going to get him up for you. Come here, buddy. His name is Charlie. and he's a tuxedo cat. Look at how cute he is. He is a snuggler. He's just now getting out of his shy shell. He was hiding in our closet for a couple weeks and then our bedroom, but just as last night, he started wandering the whole house at night. And he doesn't dart under our bed anymore when we enter the room. So that's really cool. He is about 7 months old, so just a little bit older than our son. So he's still a little kitten. Yeah, he's a cutie. Oh, so yes, we have a new addition. And it's a boy, so now we're equal, right? Because I got 3 girls and a boy, and so this makes the second boy with mom and dad. So now we're equal. Okay. Yes. Hello, Charlie. Cute. I know he's so cute. I like seeing him kind of explore a little bit more and becoming a little more confident in his house, and not just hide. You're like, where is he? And one thing that's been helping him bond with my kids is I let my kids feed the cat. So Charlie knows when they're going to get the food and he can hear the food. And right now the food's in my office. So coming here to give him 1 or 2 scoops, and then cat will run in and go, yay! And then they get to love on him a little bit. So it's kind of a fun way to get him out there. And because they want to give him so much food, I actually went to a smaller scoop. Instead of doing a fourth a cup, I was doing a tablespoon. So I figured out that they need about half a cup per day. So that's 8 tablespoons per day. He was getting a quarter cup in the morning, quarter cup at night, and he was gobbling it up. So I'm spreading it throughout the day, letting the kids have a chance to feed him throughout the day. He still getting his half a cup a day, but in a fun way. And he heard it now, so I better like leave so I can feed him now. So thanks for stopping by, guys. I'll see you next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever, whenever a new email comes out. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming today.